All right, let's try a little speed test with the Vanguard versus the 12R. Obviously, this is gonna have a lot of factors in there from lap to lap. I'm just gonna do the best I can for you guys to give you a good comparison and kind of like show you some side by side of the difference in the Vanguard and the 12R. They're very similar, and honestly, from paddling both of them a lot, I can tell you can't go wrong with either one. Either one you're going to be happy with. I might not have exactly the same line on every one, but I'm going to do the best I can. Stern butted up there, facing a little bit towards that pump. Go. Almost got me. I didn't want to be that far left. Ah! So I'm seeing that this thing a little tougher to control than the 12R.
Are we racing head to head?
Thing just wants to grab those rails. So you need to really edge this thing. If you're on it, paddling hard, you have to stay aggressive in the forward and really edge it, or you will hit an eddy line. The bow seems to skim over better. If you can load that bow and get it to smash over, I think it's so wide and flat up there what does that. Feels more narrow. I'm not getting that big drop right.
Alright, ready, set, go. Alright, stop. Alright, ready, go. I mean, that lap felt pretty good. Definitely drier bow than the 12R. Now, good or bad thing, because that slows you down, obviously, if you're hopping over a wave rather than cut through it. Because when it hits the water, it decreases some of that speed a little bit. But I feel like when you're hitting some bigger rapids, that would definitely be beneficial to have a little more bow rocker and not kind of submerge or whatever. You can kind of skip through clean and keep going. I didn't feel like it was any more or less squirrely than the 12R, at least on that first lap. We'll take it for one more
So
spin.
I did the whitewater, so I already did the whitewater test. So today what I'm gonna do a flatwater test. So what I'm gonna do is butt my back of my stern up right here, and I'm gonna go as fast as I can and touch that dock, and then I'll time it going out and time it coming back. I'll do in the Vanguard, and then I'll switch over to the 12R, and we'll kind of get a good kind of comparison of flat water there. So yeah, let's do some flat water. I hate flat water, but you know what? It's part of the game when you're in a longboat. Let's do it. Woo! I'm gonna hit that now. Let's do it, same deal. I'm gonna butt the stern up over there and just hammer down to the other dock. I did do the vanny first, so that might have took a little bit out of me, but we'll see right here. Wind's blowing hard. I got a hard wind blowing from the right. I tried the best I could, but a wind just happened to come blowing through. So I've got a hard wind blowing in from the, around that little area there that was blowing me off. You can see just sitting here how hard it's blowing. So what I'm gonna do, I don't even think it'll affect the test that much. I'm gonna wait for this boat to go, And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start back here on this dock and go to the bank over there. All right, everybody, there it is, Vanguard versus the 12R. So what did I find out? Well, not that much. It's sad to say. In whitewater, they're fairly close. I give a slight edge to the 12R in whitewater. I give an even bigger edge in Flatwater. And I think it's this longer water line. It's more narrow. There's less drag. It just felt like it was easier to paddle in Flatwater than it was the Vanguard. The Vanguard felt like it was piling up in the bow. This had a very smooth feel to it. A little edgy from side to side. The Vanguard was a little more stable. And what I found the Vanguard does well in rapids, this one has the ability, if you're not careful, the bow will drop and sub out and then have to resurface and go. The Vanguard bow never subs on you. It just bounces through things like a modern creek boat, which is kind of acceptable. I mean, kind of like what everybody thought it would just by looking at it. I think and honestly, I think you can't go wrong with either one. If I had to choose, me personally, I would probably stay with the 12R, but I would also go with the Vanguard on those very steep, bigger runs. If it's like Green Narrows, Little White, or something like that, I'd probably want to be in the Vanguard. But honestly, if it's like a Coe race or Upper Yacht or something like that, cheat, I'd probably want to go with the 12R. So it's a weird combination of what both of them are after. I think as an overall boat, the Vanguard's more like a mix of a creek boat meets a longboat, where this is more of a true longboat. So if you're after that true longboat feeling, go with the 12R. If you want more of a creaky boat, kind of like downriver fast boat, go with the Vanguard. Attainments, go with the 12R. The attainments were not as good in the Vanguard as it was the 12R. Comfort wise, both of them's very comfortable, but I think fatigue wise, I don't feel like it takes as much to keep the 12R up to pace. So that is what it is. They're very, very similar. And honestly, I think even Matt had a tie, and I had a tie a few times in whitewater in the Vanguard versus the 12R. So honestly, there's really no right or wrong answer when it comes to Vanguard versus 12R. You guys leave in the comments below if you've paddled both the Vanguard and 12R. I'd like to hear your opinion, because I've really not been. Maybe I could put this to a test later and get a few other people to really put it to its test. Right now, I'm gonna say slight edge, maybe if I had to rate the 12R, you know, it'd be like that much more than the Vanguard, but they're kind of dead even, really. So yeah, that's all I got, everybody, and I might do this again. So yeah, let's get out of here. Let's do some paddling. Woohoo!